Hey there, Jamie Faye here, Millennial Life Dating and Relationship Coach, and I am really pumped to talk to you about this topic, about the longest month of my life and about how I survived it and maybe even thrived in it, looking back. I'm going to be sharing the 4 practices that kept me sane and healthy and balanced. Of course, everything is relative, but staying healthy and staying able to continue and do everything that I wanted and needed to do. So, hello and welcome. If it is your first time in a video with me, welcome. Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. Also, if it's your 10th time on one of my videos, welcome. So, I would love to know, Haley, have you ever looked back on a period of time or during a period of struggle or strife or grieving or mourning or heartache or heartbreak in your life, felt like time is moving so slowly, like it's just going and going and going? Well, I personally felt that way actually looking back at the month of March. So April came and all of a sudden I said to myself, did March already pass? Like, was that just a month? Was it just 31 days? How could it be? I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. So if you've ever felt that way, put a number 1 in the comments or an emoji and let me know that you've experienced this. Like, things are just moving so slowly, maybe for a different reason. Maybe for you it was for some other reason than what I experienced. But when I looked back at March and I looked at what I had experienced, what I had gone through, I couldn't believe it really, like that it was only a month of time, of chronological time. So for me, the month of March is my birthday month, so it should be a cool, good month. But I ended up being in the States and spending a lot of the time many hours a day in the hospital with a sick family member. And that, I'm sure you can imagine, is not easy to be around someone who's sick, but to be around a lot of people who are sick. And the frustration, if you've ever had to advocate for someone in the hospital, the frustration of that and the struggle of that. And for me, it was very, very difficult. Now, I am a very resilient person, and I believe that I could do it, of course. But I think that looking back at the month made me realize a lot of things yet again. And what I wanted to share with you in this, hi Pamela, how are you? Wanted to share with you in this video is the 4 practices that, looking back over the month of March, kept me sane and healthy, and in a place to make confident, compassionate, thoughtful choices. Hi Laura. So if you missed the beginning of this video, no worries, jump on and say hi. Let me know in the comments that you're here and where you're tuning in from, because some of you are all over. We've got Israel, we've got the States, we've got somewhere I'm not sure where you're from, Laura. So I was talking about how this was the longest month of my life. I'm not being dramatic, that's how it feels. I could not believe it was only 31 days. So I was writing a note to my list, to people who are on my newsletter list who receive messages from me. And I was describing this, and then I was thinking, what did I do? Like, what made me get through this in a way that I'm really proud of, that I'm really okay with? And it doesn't mean without crying, it doesn't mean without being emotional, it doesn't mean without being upset or having difficult moments or bad moments, but overall I look back at this month and see my strength, and that's what I want to share. So the first one is, it's all about the commitment to myself, that no matter what was happening around me, in my family, with my friends, with my partner, anyone, with my clients, it was all about my commitment to myself. And I'm going to talk about the 4 ways that I did that. So the first one is my yoga practice. So for me, I've been doing yoga for 17, 18 years, but doing yoga on a daily basis for about 13 years. And my yoga practice is how I challenge my body, challenge my mind to be present. Even if it doesn't want to be present, I just keep going. Even if I'm, without judging myself, if it's not working, I just keep doing it and stay until I finally connect and I'm in my body. My yoga practice is how I show up for me physically and how I can start the day feeling like my body is awake. So that's why I do yoga. Now for you, it might be something else. So it could be running or dancing or biking or jumping on a trampoline. I've got one of those too. So what is it for you that's that physical practice activity that will keep you grounded, get you going? So for me, it's yoga. The second one was sleep. I made sure that I got as much sleep as I could within the circumstances. It meant that a couple nights I almost didn't sleep at all, which for me is not good because I don't function on very little sleep. But I then made sure the next night I went to sleep as early as possible, and the next night and the next night. I made it a priority. Simple, right? Sleep. The third one is my commitment to my clients, because my commitment to my clients and not taking off that whole time to not serve them and be with them like this on video or on the phone was so important to my well-being. Because when I am in service to my clients, who are these incredible people who dive deep, who are there to grow, who ask themselves hard questions, who listen when the answers are not easy to hear, their own answers, I mean. Serving my clients was the third thing that kept me balanced, because being in service is one of the things that fills me, hi Abby, fills me up and gives me joy and strength and allows me to be in service of someone else, when in other situations that I was in, even in the month of March, even though I was advocating for someone else at times, I felt like I was totally out of control, like I couldn't do anything. So even though I did my best, there's only so much I can do. So that's the third one. And the fourth one is boundaries. As I was writing this note to my list, I went through them and then I said, oh yeah, I forgot the most important one, which is boundaries. Hey, Adi. So welcome. So what does that mean how did I get through the longest month of my life using boundaries? Well, it meant that I put myself first. And if that happens to trigger you, then I'm cool with that. I would invite you to think about it for a moment with me, and then after this video also, I invite you to think about what triggers you about me saying I was selfish, me saying that I made sure that I felt comfortable, that I could stay healthy within reason of what I was doing for someone else. Because in order to be there for the person I was advocating for, to be there for my clients, I had to sleep and do yoga and eat well and all of that. So those boundaries, my internal ones and my external ones, not letting certain things in, not getting too upset, even when I was so frustrated being in the hospital and feeling like I'm being sucked into a broken system. Those boundaries are what helped me stay clear-headed. And I really mean it. Throughout the longest month of my life, I stayed clear-headed because of these things. So I'm gonna wrap it up really quickly. It's my yoga practice, because that's how I get present and use my body and challenge my body. Sleep, serving my clients, and hi Maki, and boundaries. So I invite you to share with me which one of these things is something that you can create a practice in, that you would like to renew your commitment to yourself in order to build up resilience, because that's really what it's about. You want to feel great right now, but you also want to create a practice for yourself, a lifestyle for yourself, that when something goes wrong, when shit hits the fan, when you have the longest week or month or year of your life because you're caring for someone else or you need to care for yourself, are you going to have the strength to do that? And the way that you do that is to find boundaries. Yes. So Malky says boundaries. So think about it, Malky, and anyone else watching. Is it internal boundaries? Is it just, I should do this, but I'm not because I'm thinking about something else, or I'm future pacing, or I'm putting someone else before me? Or is it external boundaries? with its communication with someone else, or spending time with someone else, or whatever it is that is external between you and another person. So there's so much stuff to talk about, but I wanted to share with you these 4 practices because this really was one of the hardest months of my life. And I've been through some stuff, and I've been through some pretty big breakups and all that jazz, but this really was one of the most emotionally difficult months of my life. And what else? So if this was helpful for you, then I hope that you will share it with someone. I hope you'll let me know. And if you have any questions, or you want me to clarify something, or you want to share something great with me about what you're doing for yourself, I want to hear. I want to hear how you're committing to yourself any day, every day, any moment. And what I'd like to invite you to do is pay attention to my Facebook, because you're going to be seeing more and more opportunities to work with me online through online live workshops. I'm going to be hosting several workshops a month on all different topics, all of which apply to you probably. On this month, I'm doing one on another one on practical mindfulness, where I teach strategies on how to become more mindful, lessen anxiety and stress, understand what's going on for yourself in your emotional world. Also about meditation and how to take meditation into the everyday life. And a workshop for holistic coaches and healers. If you're any kind of professional really, but you have a heart-centered business and you believe that you serve people from a heart-centered place, then these are amazing meetups for you to join me online with incredible people from all over the world who also want to make a living or continue making a living while serving others. So check out that. And I will leave you with this. You and only you have the power to transform your life and your relationships. So what are you going to do about it today? Love you all. Bye-bye.